You can go to sick call at selection, right? I went a few times. They bandage up your blisters, shit like that. And I've done that. I did that. And a lot of guys did that. Some dudes didn't have fucking blisters. Even in selection, I still had blisters. And so, old boy here decides that he's going to go to sick call. It's towards the end of selection. I could tell he was a little sick, but he wasn't like real sick. He's still like running, and he wasn't like having these excruciating headaches when he runs, or he didn't have to vomit. He just had a little cough, and it wasn't affecting his physical performance because he's a fucking monster. He was so fast, sub 12-minute 2-milers at some point. And I looked at him and I go, dude, you can't go to sick call. Like, you cannot go tell them that you're sick, because they're medics first. They're going to look at you. They're going to check out your chest. They're going to hear you cough. They're going to see you coughing up phlegm, like mucus from your chest. And that's immediately they're going to medically recycle you. They're medics first, right? They're PAs first. They don't give a shit about canceling you from selection. They don't give a shit about keeping you from in selection. They care about you as a physical specimen. And so if you've got some sort of bacterial infection or something like I have right now, where it's bronchitis and mucus heavy, they may yank your ass right out of there. And that's not a bad thing, right? You get a medical discharge, you start all over. But I'm in the business of moving forward. And so I looked at, one of my good friends at the time, and I said, dude, you can't do that. Like, you're not that sick. I get that they'll probably put you on some meds, but like, we're almost done here. As soon as we're done, right, cast or tab, right, basically is what we went back to. As soon as we're done, go get fixed. That's what I did. And I didn't even know I was going to have, some stuff going on at the end. And he was like, all right, cool. And we had that serious conversation. And later in life, now, unfortunately, fast forward a bit, old boy didn't make it through the entire course. He failed out at SUT. SUT had a harder land navigation phase than selection back in the day, and he didn't make it through, which 50% of my class didn't make it through that. And so, but he just came to me one day and he said, Zach, I just want to let you know, man, I really appreciate you kind of pushing me through selection there at the end. I never thought about it like that, but he was like, no, really, like, you never know what happens. And this was after he failed out of or IUW is what it was called back then. And I go, well, what do you mean? Which IUW for you guys? Introduction to Unconventional Warfare. It was a phase where we redid all the gates and everybody failed land navigation. And he said, I just want to let you know, things happen. You never know what happens on the second go, and don't want to go back to Camp McCall and retry. So I was really appreciative of you letting me, hold what I got. I thought that was cool, man. That really spoke to me. And I kind of forgot about it for a long time. Now he ultimately failed, but like, you got to put this on a litmus test, and you got to realize like phases and areas in your military career that you can go and get medical help. And there's phases and areas you got to do an internal risk assessment and be like, no, man, I'm going to get help when I get out of here. And that's exactly what needed to happen to my dude here. Now, fast forward. Antidote number 2.